Demonstrating human balance can actually be done with a little man like this. So if we turn him round and we say he's now going to lean forward, and he leans forward, and he leans forward, he's not too badly balanced, but let us bring his hands forward, and let us bring his hands forward. And suddenly he loses his balance because he relies on these muscles here to protect him. So let us take that again and let us say that he stands like this, and there he is, correctly balanced. And then he decides he's going to put his hands behind his back. Okay, so he's now going to stand with his hand behind his back, and that is now starting very quickly. If we move his legs back as well, he only needs to tip very slightly back, and he's beginning to lose his balance. So then he will respond to that by shifting his body forward or his head forward, and we're exaggerating it rather, to try and achieve some kind of balance. And the same goes if somebody is here and he is upright like this, and he's reaching all the time. He's in a state of, if I was to push him this way, he's very stable. If I'm to push him that way, he's very unstable. So what we're learning here is that anything you're doing, generally speaking, people will start putting out other bits of them to stabilise, but in dynamic, that's okay. If you're permanently holding those positions, for instance, we've had somebody who is permanently holding a machine up there and a knob down there, and is permanently keeping his eye on a dial there. So he's permanently turning this, holding that, and holding his head like that. Eventually, his body will adapt to hold those positions in the most efficient way that they can. So you can see here, at the moment, he's not too bad while he's still got one line of symmetry, but you can see how relatively unstable he actually is. So working in an ergonomic manner is helpful in avoiding compensatory patterns creeping in. If you are always at a desk and you're standing, that's quite beneficial, but I'm trying to get him to work. But don't be out here or permanently twisted like that, working here. And all sorts of adaptations have to start. I can actually feel this model, as I keep adjusting, its centre of gravity keeps adjusting. That's quite stable, but that's because he's had to adapt by pushing his pelvis forward and leaning back. If we actually were to bring his body forward as well and keep him twisted, you can see he's actually starting quite rapidly. He's got a centre of gravity backwards because he's not overloaded at the back, but at the front it would take very little. And then, of course, we got the risk of fractures and things like that.